David and his beautiful wife, Amara, were happily married and deeply in love. One weekend, they boarded a crowded boat heading to a nearby village for a family celebration. The weather suddenly changed. Dark clouds filled the sky as heavy rain began to fall. Passengers grew nervous while strong waves rocked the boat violently. Then tragedy struck. The boat lost control and flipped into the river. People screamed for help.
Don't let go!
As everyone struggled to survive in the water. David held tightly to Amara's hand, but a powerful wave suddenly separated them. To everyone, she was dead. And from that day, David's life was never the same again. Weeks later, Amara's family organized a funeral without a body. The entire village gathered to mourn her tragic death. David stood beside the empty grave completely broken. Tears rolled down his face as he dropped flowers into the ground. People tried to comfort him. Life must continue, they told him. But moving on was not easy. Years passed slowly. David buried himself in work and eventually became successful in business. But deep inside, the pain never left him. Unknown to everyone, Amara was still alive. On the day of the accident, local fishermen had rescued her unconscious near a distant riverside village. But the accident had damaged her memory. She could not remember her name, her husband, or her past. A kind widow took her in and cared for her like a daughter while Amara struggled to rebuild her life from nothing. 5 years later, David finally decided to remarry. His new fiancée Sandra was beautiful, intelligent, and supportive. Friends and family celebrated his decision, believing he deserved happiness again. Wedding preparations filled the air with excitement. Meanwhile, far away at a crowded market, Amara heard an old love song playing from a small radio. Suddenly, painful flashbacks rushed into her mind. Amara collapsed in shock as memories she had lost for years finally returned. Desperate for answers, she began searching for her old life. Then she discovered something heartbreaking. Her husband was getting married again. The church was fully decorated with flowers and music. Guests smiled happily as Sandra walked gracefully toward the altar. David stood waiting beside the pastor. Then the pastor asked the final question. If anyone has a reason why this marriage should not continue, speak now or forever remain silent. Suddenly, the church doors opened loudly. Everyone turned around in confusion. A woman slowly entered the church wearing simple clothes, holding the hand of a little girl. David looked up and froze. His heart nearly stopped. It was Amara, alive. The entire church became silent. Tears filled Amara's eyes as she looked directly at him. Chaos immediately erupted inside the church. Guests began murmuring and recording videos with their phones.